Here we're performing neutral grip rows. This is going to be biasing the lats. You can see here I have leaned all the way back and I'm extending my knees so my knees are straight. If you're not comfortable with this, you can bend your knees ever so slightly. The reason I do this is so that I create stability, so that when I am pulling the cable towards myself, I do not get yanked forward. And so the best and most stable way for that is by keeping my knees almost fully extended or just ever so slightly out of that full extension. Okay, so mainly here is that the feet is to keep me stable, but what I'm really doing is pulling that elbow towards my waist throughout the entire movement, and this is to bias the lats in that horizontal rowing movement. You can see here I'm using two handles to pull the cable towards myself. You can also use those kind of single handle, with the exception of the handle that creates this very narrow grip. So I like any handles that allows me to be at least around slightly or around shoulder width apart, and then pulling that cable towards my waist. So once again, when setting up this movement, I want you to get into the position that is comfortable. I want you to fully extend your knee, and if you cannot or it's not comfortable, then fully extend and then get into slight flexion or allow some knee bending. The reason being, we do not use the legs, but the legs are there for stability so that we do not get yanked forward. Then once you get that legs done, I want you to lean forward ever so slightly without rounding the back. So there's a difference between rounding the back and just leaning forward. I want you to just lean forward but keep your spine neutral. And then I want you to just think of rowing the handles towards your waist. Think of elbows to waist, elbows to waist. There's always going to be a lats cue. A cue for the lats is always pulling your upper arm towards your waist. What I do not want to see is shrugging of the shoulders. So I want you to keep that shoulders down and think of rowing your elbow towards your waist while keeping that leg stable so you do not get yanked forward.